anyway, back with another video on the 618 Outsiders podcast, man. We got your boy, myself, aka known as LV. You got your boy Dame, aka known as Cocaine Dame. You got your boy Music, aka known as Kyle Ellis. And we touching on a subject that just recently popped up, Travis Scott. If you don't know, he had 8 people. Somebody said 32, which I think is ridiculous. He had 82. He had 80 people that went to his that passed away at his concert. So, with that being said, we're gonna discuss this. So, anybody, y'all we can start it off and kick shit off.
Well, all right. So what had happened was 8 people died, and it was more that got injured. So that's probably where 32 came from.
There was also a stampede. That's where 32 came from. Probably everybody got trampled and shit.
Right.
Okay. So from my understanding, from what I've heard, was that there was 2 different stories. Kyle brought up one where somebody had like something and it was injecting people with drugs. With drugs or some shit. And then I just heard that Travis Scott said, everybody turn up, woo, and then everybody just was doing their damn thing, turning up, woo, going to the whole 9 yards. And some people got trampled or some shit happened like that. So that's what I heard. But I want to get into the deepness of this shit. I want to get into like people are saying that this act was demonic, and I just want we talking, we elaborating, and I just want everybody points of view on sides on what y'all think.
So from a music standpoint, there's frequencies, right?
Okay.
It's proven, you can look it up. Frequencies, they mess with us, whether it's good or bad. Somebody can play a certain pitch of music, and your brain will. I don't know what it actually does, but you have people saying that a combination of the syringe or whatever. They're saying his set was demonic. They're saying there's satanic symbols all across his set, and they're saying he was playing his music at a frequency so low to where it was driving people crazy.
Okay. Heard that, but that's something interesting to know.
Yeah, I ain't never heard that before either.
So,
but I just know that there is some frequencies that the brain can and cannot process.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
But
go ahead,
from an artist standpoint, if I'm Travis Scott, I'm on the stage and I'm performing. I see this man pass out. I stop the music. Hey, paramedics, get him. At that point, how is he bad for continuing the show? Like, there's 2 people over there that came to pay to see him perform. So, go ahead, Dan.
I don't blame him for it, though. I don't think that he should get sued by nobody.
Right.
He already agreed to refund people their money back. So yeah. I don't feel like he should, get sued, because this is like, really, you responsible for your own actions. So,
and he also said
like,
he's
responsible for your own actions.
He'll pay for all the funerals as well.
So
right. So this shit.
Here is my aspect of this. Travis Scott, I don't really listen to Travis Scott music. I don't really know what Travis Scott talks about, so I can't really judge him. I can't judge because I don't know. And I really don't judge a book. I don't really automatically jump to somebody being satanic or because they do something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I brought up in a situation, I say, we'll talk about that because I got posts and shit like that. I don't feel that he was being satanic. I just feel like if I was at a concert and somebody told me to turn up because they feel that the energy of the crowd is not where it needs to be, and I say, hey, turn up, and everybody start turning up, that is a choice that you decided that you wanted to make. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody force you to do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Travis Scott should not be responsible for the death of these people. You had a choice. And if you seen that shit was getting chaotic, which everybody don't think like that, if you seen that shit was getting chaotic, my next thing is run or go to the nearest exit. You know what I'm saying? It's 55,000 people in here. You probably can't, but just try to make your way to maneuver from that situation if you could. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like some people take what, people take these like he had a tunnel or a portal or some shit like that, and it says see you on the other side. People start taking it and say, oh, that's demonic. What you mean see you on the other side? You know what I'm saying? Like, people start automatically thinking that shit is demonic. I just look at shit as attention grabbing. If I come up, if I pull up, or if I have this big ass like background with like crazy shit on the background, people gonna be like, damn, what the fuck is that in the background? They thoughts is they gonna start triggering and be like, what is this? And then obviously you got your people that be like, oh, okay, he just being creative. And then you got your other people that be like, oh, that's some demonic shit that he got in the background. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like personally.
Well, let me hold on real quick. Well, let me say this though. Even, like even if you doing it for attention, sometimes you could be playing with forces that you are unfamiliar with.
That's true.
Like,
so it's just like, yeah, like why have that? I mean, I understand like people really, it's a lot of, like conspiracy theories, and it's like, hey, I want to put this in my music, I want to put this in my stuff so I can grab attention. Then it's like
a lot of evidence there. Like, so I've been following Travis Scott his whole career, right? I think he's an amazing artist, but if you watch his videos, every video is somewhat like he had a little symbols and the little demonic symbols in his videos. Amazing artwork, amazing videos, but he do it a lot though. Right. Not to the point where they like, oh, he's a demon, but he do it a lot. But I think that's just his creativity, the way he just do. Even T.I. signed Travis Scott a long time ago. T.I. let him go. They thought it was a beef. T.I. said, I let him go because that man, he's so fucking creative, he don't need me. That man is creative as hell.
And that's what I feel like when people take their creativity to the next level and they start doing shit that people don't see.
A lot of demonic symbols in this shit though. He do that.
The thing is this though, if you're so creative, make up your own symbols, make up your own everything. I've like, like designing clothes and just anything. It's like I've come up with my own symbols, and it's not necessarily like I'm thinking with a demonic presence in mind. Like, okay, this was going on in the world, so I'm gonna put this on my clothes or something. I'm thinking, okay, what can I come up with that's creative that I think people kind of catch on to versus what's already going on, and it's already got a bad spirit and a bad energy around it, so I'm gonna use that first.
Yeah.
So when I heard, people talking about demonic, I went straight to Facebook, and I gotta find it. Like I said, I went straight to Facebook because I just felt like personally, I'm just like, okay, let's.
Facebook sucks.
Man, shut up, Dan. I went straight to Facebook because I'm like, I want to find this that I was commenting on. Like, I went straight to Facebook. The reason why I went straight to Facebook is because I was just like, let me trigger some people. Let me see what I can stir up. Let me see what kind of comments and shit that I can get. And so,
but hey, okay. So my question is, when is the last concert that somebody actually died at? As far as like not a shooting, but like a stampede type of like reaction.
At a concert? Nothing's never happened like this before.
I mean, well, I know people like passed out before at different people's concerts, but have it ever been like,
this is the first time 8 people have been pronounced dead at a concert.
Yeah, this is the first one. Shit.
First time.
Oh, what my question is though, man, it's like, what do these people autopsies say?
Right. No,
that's my question.
We gotta wait a few weeks for that because it takes weeks for it to come back.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, it's just like still, it's just like, what do they autopsy say? Like, what did they like? Is it like brain traumas, or is it actually like bodily harm, or is it like, I don't know? That's just like
even with the symbols piece. If we go right now and we on the stage and I say, ooh, I want to put these devil horns on the stage. These motherfuckers hard. I'm automatically worshiping the devil because I got devil horns on my set. But you got those people that know they like to stir up that attention. They like, ooh, they're gonna say I'm an Illuminati. Let me put on this red suit with these horns. Let me get some attention going. Let me get some dumb shit going up. Tyler Creator, prime example. Tyler Creator said, I ain't demonic, but y'all fell for that dumb shit. I was getting money off of this shit.
I mean, we could even look at Lil Nas X and look at his whole situation. This nigga done played the fuck out of just not even half the whole fucking community. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come out later after all this shit has ended and say, oh yeah, I'm straight. I was just doing this shit because attention. And now his record is doing good because motherfuckers is like, you know what I'm saying? You got the people that supported him even though he was gay, like claimed to be gay, but at the same time, he did that shit because this is the best way for me to get attention. After that Country Road shit with him and Billy Ray Cyrus or whatever, I didn't hear too much else about that nigga until he came out and said he was gay. And I'm like, okay, cool. So he gay and he started doing weird shit. blood and shoes and shit. Started doing weird shit. Oh, damn, just left.
Right.
Anyway, like I said,
it's like back when Kanye West dropped Graduation, right? Him and 50 Cent was fake beefing. Everybody fell for it.
Him and who?
Him and 50 Cent was fake beefing. Kanye West, 50 Cent.
Oh, okay.
And then afterwards, they came out and said, "Nigga, they albums came out on the same day. They promoting their shit. They not beefing for real. They doing that shit for album sales. People really be falling for that shit."
So what I got pulled up is a status that I posted this morning. I think when I got to work, I was chilling and I said, it's crazy how people is holding Travis Scott accountable for them people dying.
Oh yeah.
So then somebody replied back, I'm just gonna read it, and then once I'm done reading this section of the conversation between somebody, and then we could discuss, like, you know, anyway. So it's a dude named Paris. So he said, Paris commented, said, as they should, to be honest. And I said, I don't think you can, bro. He said, I think so, but when you learn more about it, you will see. He's responsible and his staff. I then replied back and said, I don't believe in conspiracy theory. I'll read it again because Dame just joined back. Can you hear me, Dame?
Yeah.
All right, so I made a status. I was saying the status said, crazy how people is holding Travis Scott accountable for them people dying. So Perez replied back and say, well, he commented and say, as they should, to be honest. I replied back and said, I don't think you can. He said, I think so too, but when you learn more about it, you will see. His staff, he's responsible, and his staff. I replied back and said, I don't believe in conspiracy theories, so probably won't dive deep into it, but he can't be held accountable. He was just performing. He performed many different times and this has never happened. He then replies back and said, I don't believe in conspiracy theory either. He's reliable because yes, he's a performer and it's his show. It's his event. He was telling people to go crazy, storm the gates, and did all type of shit, which resulted in people dying. He said he cannot stop his show. He said he stopped his show because of his shoe or whatever. He said he could have stopped this. Therefore, his staff has been notified someone died. They did nothing. Both parties are responsible. People have been hurt before at his concert. This is just the first time somebody died. Then I go back to say, but nobody can make you do anything. They had a choice. He said even though that's true, you got to understand he's a public figure that told them to do what they did. He's responsible at the end of the day. I reply back and says, if the president told you to go outside and catch raindrops, are you gonna go do it? He's a public figure. Them people had a choice. You can't put them. I said you can't put that on somebody. I said you can't put that on somebody that's on whatever I said. But I basically said you can't put that on Travis Scott. Essentially, he says you're not trying to understand. It don't matter. At the end of the day, he's responsible, and even if he wasn't, they will make it so that he is. That's the world we live in. That thing that I live in. Then it says, bullshit. He says you're trying to compare apples to oranges without understanding the bigger picture. If I host a concert and tell everybody to go wild, storm the gates, cause chaos, somebody dies because I said that I am reliable. Period. He's a little, you know what I'm saying? He said, yes, people have their own brains at the end of the day. Incited a riot, and guess what? They'll be charged. Then I said, people have a choice, and I made this a status because this shit is
inciting a riot. What the fuck?
So I post this because this is deep, and people probably looked over it. I said, people have a choice. Your choice is made based off your decision, nobody else's. If I tell Kyle, go shoot that man down the street, I have presented something to Kyle. Now Kyle has a choice. Do I go shoot this man or do I leave him alone? I can't force nothing on Kyle. I can influence, but at the end of the day, that is Kyle's decision.
Exactly.
So if Travis Scott says, hey, go storm the gates, be correct, boom, 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 it's 55,000 people in this audience. If all 55,000 you motherfuckers decide to listen to Travis Scott, that is the choice that the audience made. That is not on him. He presented it. Your dumb ass went and made it a decision of yours to go do. You can't blame him. It wasn't like he had a gun to the head and say, if you don't storm the gates right now, I'll kill you. He didn't do that. He was performing. He was turned. He was like, man, shit, I'm feeling this. I'm turned. So now this is how I'm feeling. Hey, if y'all want to turn up. This is my concert. Turn up. If I'm at a concert and Lil Wayne tell me to turn up, I'm going to turn up. I'm going to the part of turning up. Anything above that, I'm stopping. That ain't me. I'm not finna do it. That's my decision. Motherfuckers look over that. Oh, he's a public figure. So was the fucking president. But everybody wasn't agreeing. Okay, for instance, nobody was agreeing with the president with the COVID shot. He's a public figure. He's saying it's gonna help me as the people. You motherfuckers neglected that. But that's a different story for another day. But like I said, at the end of the day, these people had a fucking choice, and they chose to do what they wanted. You can't blame that man.
Hey,
so,
man, who's to say these 8 people that died? How we know they all came together and they all decided to pop some kind of drug and they, you know what I'm saying? People take cocaine and heroin and shit when they at concerts.
I didn't even think of it that way.
If I'm at the concert and Travis Scott tell me to turn up, I'm not finna turn up because I have the choice not to.
Right.
They did something different, but they had a choice. So how is he reliable for something that I do? It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go to Travis Scott concert, kill somebody, and somebody died at Travis Scott concert, so he responsible. Like what?
And how we know? Like I said, these motherfuckers ain't take some heroin or some shit and overdose on that shit and die. How we don't know that? It's just automatically his fault.
So
is this though? If it's a stampede and somebody gets stumped out, isn't it the person's fault that actually killed that person?
Right.
That stumped on that person? Isn't that the person's fault? Oh, it's Travis Scott concert, so we gonna blame him because he said turn up.
Right.
He said turn up, so I guess that meant kill somebody.
Right.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense.
So, and like I said, if we go to a Lil Wayne concert and Lil Wayne say, everybody pull out a knife and stab yourself in the eye right now. All right, well, Lil Wayne said it, so everybody pull out a knife and stab yourself in the eye.
So, Sarah, who I used to work with, replies and says, Adele noticed people fainting at her shows, stopped them until the Megas got help. They needed Adele.
Oh, okay.
From the other side. And she said she helped tell the audience where to move so people could get medical help. Travis could have done the same thing. So I'm going to automatically assume that Sarah and Paris didn't even look at the video. I'm just going to automatically assume that because the comment that you made showed that you didn't even look to see that he stopped the concert. And there's a video that I reposted on Facebook of him saying like, yo, chill. Like, hold on. Don't pick him up. Let the paramedics get through. It's 55,000 motherfuckers at a concert, bro. I'm pretty sure that's probably average 2 EMT people on site, like two teams on site for 55,000 motherfuckers, bro. It's hard for me.
Thing is this, though, too. It's just like if I stop this concert and everybody turned up and people died, more people probably could have got injured because now they pissed that the concert over, and now it's just like fuck it, like just start fucking up everything because he ended the concert. So it's just like, I mean, he stopped it, but it was just like, man, he did what he was supposed to do.
And then, like I said,
he stopped, check out the situation. But at the same time, I'm finna just, all right, well, something going on, I'm done. If I walk back, everybody would have started doing some weird shit then if he would have just stopped in the middle of it.
Because I'm now pissed. I didn't pay my motherfucking money to come see you, nigga. I'm sitting right here. Nigga, you could give me a kiss from how far I'm sitting from you, motherfucker. Now I lost my money. I'm pissed. Now I'm finna go smack somebody. I done paid all this money. Now you gonna just randomly stop? People just stop. They don't go past their nose. They just stop right there. They look at it and be like, demonic. He fucked up. Go past that shit sometimes. Go past. Go farther than that. Go reach out. And go as far as your arm. You will learn a lot more. People don't go that far. And I want to read this shit. This comment right here, I was talking to a dude, bro. I don't know what type of fucking Michael Jackson music this nigga done heard, but he need to sit the fuck down. So I don't want to read all this shit. But anyway, so he said, don't think for a second these celebrities are just people who are singing, etc., that are not normal. They can do a lot of devil worship that was a sacrifice ritual. He performed. He said he knew what he was doing on this shit, and it's not fake. It's very much real. It's a lot of secrets in Hollywood, like Damien mentioned. You don't know about what the celebrities doing half of the controlling cologne shit. What did I say? Because I don't give a fuck about this. He said blah blah blah. So then he says, hey man, people still sleep on it and they don't want to believe it's real. I said it's not real, bro. Don't let the dark web trap your mind. He said, keep being closed-minded. It's dead ass in your face. I guess you think that it's just a movie. And I said, I'm not being closed-minded. These rappers are using what they call attention grabbers. They didn't want you to believe that shit, bro, because that helps put money in their pocket. They sitting back laughing because y'all believe in that. He said, nope, that was a ritual. I said, then he says, why do you think he didn't stop performing? I said, did Michael Jackson stop performing when people was falling out? Hell no, he kept going. He said, why though? He said it was part of the ritual. That's why he kept singing. He was performing a spell over the crowd. So I said Michael Jackson music was never satanic unless you listen to a different version of his music. He said the stage was satanic in the performance. I said you silly as hell. So now
he got some points though.
Explain.
He's not all the way there, but I feel like the part where he said, you know, it's a lot of stuff that we don't know that happens behind closed doors. That's very true.
For a fact, yeah.
And it's probably some shit that we don't want to know. But I don't know about the rituals. I don't know.
I mean, there is a satanic presence in Hollywood, though. That's been basically fucking all over the world. Like, that's known. If you ever go to Hollywood, it's just like, I mean, it's there. It's most definitely there.
I mean, yeah, it's there because you can't say you believe in God, you don't believe in the devil. So his presence is
you know, there. I honestly just back off of them situations because like it is stuff that go on that we don't know about. It's you know, and then it's like, you know, as far as the rituals part, I mean, that could be wrong, but it could be right. You just don't never know. So it's just like, for somebody to say, yeah, this true, and then you not true, it's just like, you don't know what's true. The only thing you know is what you heard. You don't actually know what's really going on. You might touch on it, but you really don't know what's going on over there.
So then my thing is, so they're saying, let's say he did perform a ritual. Why is this ritual decided, let's kill 8 people? Like, I don't get it.
I'm gonna touch on the Michael Jackson part because I feel personally as a fan of Michael Jackson's music, Michael Jackson is one of my favorite musicians, one of them, and after that is James Brown. But anyway, I've listened to just about any goddamn Michael Jackson song you can think of. Michael Jackson is not satanic. Now, if you want to talk about, you know, him looking a little iffy on a little touchy part, I can probably be like, nigga look a little weird. But I don't think his music was satanic. I don't think Michael Jackson came off as satanic. I think he was just another person that just making R&B and pop music. That's just how I feel. He stood there for 5 minutes and people fell the fuck out. This is Michael Jackson. When do you think you ever gonna see a time to see Michael Jackson again? Like, I don't think that crossed people's mind. Like, you're looking at at the time, one of the greatest performers of all time. Like, shit, I'd probably fall out if I seen him. If Michael Jackson if he was still alive, he had a concert and I was sitting right there, like in front of him. Shit, my heart would be beating on my goddamn chest and I'd be like flipping because this is Michael Jackson. Right. This is the untouchable. You know what I'm saying? The untouchable. Like, this ain't a Gucci concert or a Jeezy concert. Like, man, okay, yeah. This is Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? The king of pop. You know, so it's different. People would be like, man, it was, you know, if you ask the people that seen Michael Jackson concert, they'd be like, man, that was one hell of a concert. He performed. He did. I don't think if people is falling out. I ask the question. I say, so if Michael Jackson, if people was falling on that Michael Jackson's concert, why didn't he stop? Why didn't he stop? They could have died. I mean, thank God that they didn't. But why didn't he stop? Then people was falling the fuck out, and he stood there and continued to perform. That's the question I need people to answer. Why didn't he stop? This motherfucker said he was performing the spell over the crowd. What?
I don't think you should have to completely stop your concert just because somebody passed out.
That's what the EMT is for.
Right.
If I'm at a concert and I fall out, I'm not obligated to tell I'm not obligated to say, Michael Jackson, stop your concert. There's other people that is like, there's other people that he can tend to. The EMT's responsibility, from what I know, is
5,000 people paid to come see you.
Right.
That's a concert for one person.
This motherfucker dead. All right, concert over.
But it actually was EMT there that was, you know, checking on people and helping people. It ain't like just nothing happened at all. Like,
where it got out of hand was when everybody started freaking out. So now the EMTs, you know, when it's a crowd of people, you get lost. Now everybody pushing and shoving. People falling and getting stepped on. Now it's like, now what the fuck do you do? At that point, if I'm his team, I'm like, Travis Scott, let's go. We're getting the fuck out of here.
So another thing that I want to bring up too, since people talking about, you know, people, you know, dying at a concert. What about people that die in riots that get tramped over all the time? People that get their shit smashed because motherfuckers just trying to raid. What about them people? We don't talk about those. We don't bring those up. We don't bring this up. So we playing this shit. So who do we blame for those? Do we blame the government for those? I don't see nobody in there. The government is responsible for this riot and these people dying because they said they're gonna close McDonald's down or some crazy shit. Y'all don't hold the government to that, but we holding Travis Scott to some shit that is not his control. He can't control what other people do. Now, if he can control some shit, hey.
I might sound crazy, but I feel like, this is my opinion, I feel like it's really nobody's fault. It's a situation that you don't expect to happen.
Those are the unexpected moments that you be like, damn, I didn't expect that shit. You be like, damn, I didn't expect that to happen type shit.
Yeah, that's like if you playing in the street and a car hits you, like that. I mean, if that driver, in their phone, unfortunately, he don't expect to. I be in my phone every day. I don't expect to hit somebody today and kill somebody because I'm playing on my phone. So I mean, I don't think nobody's at fault. Like, I don't think nobody actually planned for 8 people to die.
There's nobody to blame. They gonna try to like Josh said, he's already being pulled off Fortnite. Like, they finna blame it on him anyway. Right. It's fucked up. They're probably gonna send that man into a deep depression. Probably won't perform ever again.
I will say this though. This is just my personal opinion. It is satanic shit that happened in Hollywood, and I personally always felt like, at first, Michael Jackson was a part of it. Then he got away from it, and then they wanted to make him basically seem like a child molester because he wasn't down with what was going on. He broke away from it. The same as Prince. I feel like they broke away from this stuff because they understood they was bigger than what was actually going on, and they labeled them as child molesters and shit. I don't feel like Michael Jackson ever did it. I just feel like they just put that on him. Yeah, just like it's like a lot of people that they basically tarnish your image when you don't want to play by those certain rules.
DMX, number one.
Who?
DMX.
Oh.
But like, anything that we can do to basically tarnish your image and get people to not mess with you and pull you off of these platforms to where you're really globally known is what they seem like they do.
I just find it ironic that people that think outside the box and try to speak to us in a positive light always end up dead. Nipsey Hussle, Michael Jackson.
And it's just messed up because it's just like it ain't right what R. Kelly did, but let's talk about Elvis. That's what people don't like to talk about.
Whole different ball game there. Yeah, let's bring that shit.
Yeah, okay. Elvis married a 15-year-old girl, but people don't like to talk about that because it's Elvis. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, that's what I was saying about R. Kelly a long time ago. Like, I don't talk a lot because it's just like, if you want to hold him responsible for that, that's fine.
Hold everybody else.
Let's pull other people in too that's doing the same stuff.
That's how I feel
because it is a lot of people that's doing the same stuff because they were like, well, he married Aaliyah, she was 15. Elvis married somebody when she was 15, but he the king of rock and roll, and let's just let him rest in peace and he cool. Like, nah, like, bring him to the light too. Don't just bring in R. Kelly. But like I say, when people don't play by the rules, then let's tarnish their image and let's basically present this to the world. Everybody else, John and Daniel, could be over here playing with 5-year-old booties, but R. Kelly, Robert, don't want to play by the rules, so we're gonna bring him to the front of the congregation. That's crazy.
That's like a Mike Vick. Like, they put that man in jail for 2 years for dog fighting rings. But I mean, why people go out every fucking?
They put him in jail for dog fighting, and then they bring it on TV. So it's like shit like that.
They go out and kill deer and shit all the time, and that's cool. I get it's hunting or whatever, but still, you're killing an innocent animal. Crazy though, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Dane. Like, if you gonna talk about somebody's wrong, then bring up everybody else that also did that wrong. You know what I'm saying? You just can't hold one person accountable and say, I'm gonna blame this person because that person did such and such. No, like, I'm with Dame. Like, hey, you can't just hold Travis Scott. If you want to hold Travis Scott, then R. Kelly. If you want to hold R. Kelly, man, bring up like Dame said, Elvis. You know what I'm saying?
Prime example, how they doing Deshaun Watson right now. Ain't nobody talking about Ben Roethlisberger though. You know what I'm saying?
They dogging his ass. They dogging the fuck out of him, bro.
Ben Roethlisberger raped the girl and came back and played the next game.
That's crazy.
And it was cool, but
Anyway.
Deshaun Watson. Now this happened. They got his sperm on record in her fucking pussy. But my man Deshaun Watson just got accusations, no real hardcore evidence whatsoever, and his career is pretty much tarnished at this point.
You're talking about 44 years. I'm like, damn. That's fucked
The only
up.
thing I'm gonna say is, with the Travis Scott thing is, we don't know what actually happened. I mean, it is demonic presence in Hollywood, but at the same time, you can't blame that man for somebody else's actions. It's just like, if I listen to rap music and I'm listening to people talk about shooting people all day, that don't mean I'm finna go get a gun and go shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Or if I'm listening to some drug dealing music all day, and like, okay, well, he's selling drugs. You got your own mind. You gotta always be your own person. But the world's so lost, they don't understand it.
So another comment that I want to bring up, and I got a few. So somebody else said, she said he's really in the wrong. No, yeah, you can't see what's going on half the time, but if you can stop the show for a shoot, you can stop the show to make sure your fans are good. I've witnessed so many concerts where they stopped because they were too hyped or they seen someone getting hurt. He could have stopped what'd she say? If he could stop one person passing out on that pole and a security guard cart in the crowd, most definitely he could have paused, but he chose not to. Fans were screaming, "Stop the music!" Matter of fact, I want to highlight that. Fans were screaming, "Stop the music!" 2 people were filming, a guy to stop, and those headsets are connected to everyone that does backstage filming, and he is in charge. He's in the wrong, and same with the staff. All right, so before anybody say something, number one, I want to address what I got highlighted. Fans were screaming, "Stop the music!" Okay, repeat this again. Fans were screaming, "Stop the music!" First of all, we're at a concert. 55,000 people. I'm pretty sure all 55,000 people is not saying stop. It probably was a mosh pit, just maybe about a group of 500 people, and stop the music. And happened the person that was recording was in that area saying stop the music. Travis Scott is all the way in the fucking front.
Yeah, that's true.
Music blasting like no other because the music got to reach 55,000 people.
Like Dang said, them lights be bright as shit. You can't see shit for real in the crowd.
I have performed before. My church. The house lights were off. The stage lights were a high, white, bright light.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't see past like where the light was. I couldn't see past that.
Right.
I couldn't see the person. Trey can vouch. I couldn't see Trey in the booth. I couldn't see far at all. I couldn't, but I noticed that people were bouncing up and down. It's like, okay, cool. So people turn. That's all I know from a performer. Them people bouncing. Oh, that's all I can see. I played the drums where the light was flashing. I couldn't see past the fucking cage. I couldn't see past that. I just know I see a couple people. All I can see is shadows bouncing some feet. That's all I can see. If you've never performed before, you can't say what he could have seen or what y'all thought that he might have seen. You can't say that because you never performed. From a person that performed, that shit you really can't see. And that's from a person that has performed. I really could not see. I'm like, the music was loud. I heard the conversation with somebody that was standing like maybe 6 feet from me. I heard them talking because the speakers was like past them. So I can hear them. But if somebody was in the back talking about shit, I don't know, I'm gonna eat me a ribs thing, I couldn't hear that. I know their mouth was moving, but I couldn't hear that. And it was only 100. It was about 500 people in there.
It's actually a video on there with him talking, and he just like, hey, what the fuck going on?
Right.
So yeah, like, I mean, he probably couldn't see, he probably couldn't hear. If he could, he probably wouldn't have asked what the fuck going on back there over there.
Right.
So what I also have highlighted, it was, she said 2 people was sent to film. What the fuck? 2 people went to a film guy to stop it, and those headphones are connected. I'm gonna just read this. Those headphones are connected to everyone that does backstage filming. Backstage and filming. We're just gonna go right here. So I'm gonna just read this. Those headphones are connected to everyone that does backstage and filming. Okay, here we go. His headset is not connected to the backstage. His headset is connected to a receiver that's on his belt buckle. That receiver then reciprocates the music that he hears in his ear. So how do I know this? It's because when I play the drums, I have a headset on my head It's connecting to a audio mixer. That audio mixer then runs up to the soundboard, and I'm able to adjust who and what I can hear. So, for instance, when I was playing the drums, I couldn't hear the choir. How would I do? I turned the knob up for the choir, turned them up so now I can hear them. Those receivers are not meant to be heard, especially on Travis Scott's point of view. He's not supposed to hear the people, the communication between the backstage and the filming director. He's not, because that throws him off. I'm rapping and all I hear in my ear is change the camera too. Like, what the fuck? I need to hear my music. I don't need to hear change the camera too. So that right there, I'm gonna shoot that shit down because I know that from a productive standard point of view because I did that. Now the director and the stage crew, the directors in the stage crew, they do have microphones. They go back and forth, and it's very seldom that you see that. It's usually just the backstage have their headsets connected, and then you have the people that does the audio. They have their headphones connected. And if you pay attention, the DJ always got two microphones. One is for the house, and one is to communicate with the soundboard. That's typically who has the microphones. And that's who usually typically communicates. Don't ask me how I know this. That's because I worked in this field. I know that. So I'm gonna chop that down right there. Even if that was the case, that they have headphones connected, that communication between, once again, 55,000 people is going to delay. If I tell Kyle, who in the sound booth way in the fucking back somewhere, hey, somebody just passed out, who the fuck says there's an EMT in the backstage somewhere? Who the fuck said that there was a security guard? It might be a security guard in the back, but it was security guards lined up. Who the fuck gonna crawl or run out while he performing, go lean over the stage that's every bit of 17 feet away or 16 feet away from the security guard and say, hey, there's two people that just didn't fell out. Come on, man. Y'all be trying to do shit that y'all ain't even in that position. A lot of motherfuckers are crack in positions that they speak on. Motherfuckers say, I would have popped that nigga. Okay, cool. I'm gonna give you a gun and I got beef with this nigga. You shoot him. You gonna crack. You gonna fold. So you can't speak on the situation that you're not even in.
Right.
That's just how I feel about that comment. I had to put those two out because I've actually done those and experienced that shit for myself. So anyway, Kyle, Dame, what y'all think on that?
My question is this though: Who dispatched the EMTs? Like how did the EMT know to get these people? And how would Travis Scott know that they were dead? People pass out all the time. I'm pretty sure, like, standing from that far on stage, you can't just say, oh, well, yeah, that person just died right there all the way in the back. Like, yeah, I'm just saying, though, it's just like, how would he know the difference from that standpoint if they did or if they passed out? I'm pretty sure that he have a lot of concerts where people just pass out. So it's just like, people pass out at concerts. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would he know that, these people did?
At a certain point, I'm pretty sure his people grab his ass like, hey, let's go. So at that point, what can he do?
He could have stopped the show. Yeah, he could have stopped the show. But at the end of the day, what would happen if he stopped the show? It's 8 people dead. So who do you blame then if he would have stopped the show?
Then what do you do? So now everybody calm and everybody chilling, but you still got 8 bodies on the ground. What you want?
So like my question is, at that point, like, whose fault is it then that these people did? Like, do we still blame Travis Scott even though he stopped the concert, or do we blame the people that basically,
And then how do you
trample these other people?
Yeah, but how do you pick out of 55,000? How do you know who stepped on somebody? It's gonna be hard to find that exact person.
Lie. If I'm performing, I've never performed, but if I'm performing in front of 55,000 people, if I see EMT tending to some people, I'm thinking first mind, I'm not right there, but I'm thinking those people probably passed out. EMT on it though. They there with them people. They try to see what's going on. That's what they here for. I'm not supposed to. Yeah, I'm not supposed to. All right, stop the concert. Even though EMT dealing with it, stop the concert. It's done. You know what I'm saying? Unless all 55,000 people or majority of the people are getting rowdy, then that's a different story. But it's 8 people in the back or 32 people because more people got injured or whatever. But like I said, out of 32 people. Out of 55,000 people, we talking about 32 people. like it's a big difference in numbers.
Right.
So those people got hurt and died, but how do I know what's going on in the back of 55,000 people with 32 people? I might see EMT back there. I'm thinking, oh, people passed out. EMT on it, cool. I'm gonna keep on doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Because we got people to tend to the situation. Keep on doing my thing. So he up there thinking, all right, people passed out. EMT got it, cool. I'm rapping. I find out tomorrow people died. Now people want to blame me for people dying. Like, I mean, it don't make no sense. And then people saying, like, well, people saying people got stuck, and we don't know what happened, because with situations like that, people implement stuff that couldn't have happened. Some people amplify situations because of conspiracies. They want people to basically, you know what I'm saying, come towards that conclusion. Like, somebody might not ever got poked with nothing. We just don't know, because, like, we wasn't there. And it's like one person saying, oh yeah, well, I felt a poke on me. Like, it's one person saying this. And this person might be seeking attention. So, like, you just never know, because there's a lot of attention seekers, like, they could be like, oh, well, I can use this as a platform to get myself going. You got people like that. So it ain't Travis Scott's fault. It's the people, the people that turned up, stopped giving a fuck, and just seeing people laying out and was like, I'm gonna step on this person. Oh, well, like, oh, whatever. Like, the EMT was there doing their job as usual. Travis Scott was on stage trying to finish his job as usual, and he got to wake up and heard that he killed 8 people, basically.
I'm going to say this. I don't even want to cut you off, Kyle. You was going to say something. Another thing, too, is how you didn't know that them people was on something. I think Kyle said that earlier. How you know them people wasn't on something?
How we don't know that?
Right, you know what I'm saying? How you know that person probably wasn't smoking weed, or he took a pill, or he popped a perk or something, and he just... You know what I'm saying? How do you know? You
pop a perk, and now you jumping up and down, you sweating and shit, you going to pass out.
But
don't nobody know nothing. They just assuming everything. It's just like, well, he should have stopped it. He should have stopped it. That's fine, but don't just say that he should be at fault for it, because we don't know what the hell happened unless you was there, right there by them 8 people, and you seen everything. Like, we can't say what happened. Like, if anything, you can say, well, he should have stopped it, yeah, but don't say that he at fault for it,
right?
Because he not at fault for it. And I mean, they lucky that I think it was genuine that he said he'd pay for the funerals and stuff. Right. I think it was genuine for him to do that, and that was a good gesture, to do.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he's not responsible for them people dying.
Yeah.
If I go to a concert and somebody say turn up, me being me, I'm cool. That ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care how loud your music is, how turned you is. I'm not turning up. That ain't me.
Right.
Hey man, why you not turning up? Because that ain't me. White boy next to me, chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You turn up.
Right.
You turn up, Jimmy. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Jimmy. So it's just like, it's up to them people to, everybody got their own mind. So, I'm not gonna blame Josh because I went and shot somebody. Hey Josh, I went and shot somebody yesterday. I'm gonna say that you fucking persuaded me to do it. Right. Like, what?
So another status that I posted, and this is we got one more. I think we got another status too, just because just me. So when dude made that comment, I sat there at work and I contemplated. I'm like, he said Michael Jackson music was satanic, but okay. So I went and posted 2 hours after he said that. I say, well, I think right after he said that, I said, so I'm confused. What's the difference between Michael Jackson standing still for 5 minutes and people falling out versus Travis Scott stopping his concert, allowing for someone to seek medical attention? Michael Jackson didn't stop his concert. He Billie Jean his ass across that stage. And I said, y'all pick and choose who y'all want to mess with. Y'all really ain't woke. You motherfuckers seeing ish in y'all dreams, trying to make it a reality. And I said, sit your crazy ass down somewhere, go watch your TV, read a book, milk a cow, or something. Y'all put way too much thought into this shit. And I said, I apologize for my language. I know my mama and everybody else be looking at it. So then my friend Teron says they not woke at all. They just don't like the MO, but I don't even know if I'm saying that shit right, culture. And that's that. He said he think that's weird that they think that it's demonic when this happened. They instantly went to saying that he was trying to sell people's souls and shit. And he said he blocked people like that. Another comment was said, She said, because no one was literally dying at Michael Jackson concert, and not just one person either. It was most people that are dying at the same time. That's clearly a problem. You need to pause the show, if not stop completely. Stop completely. Then Chris says, yes, there was 23 people died at Michael Jackson concert. And I'm like, there has never been a time Michael Jackson reported somebody dead at his concert. So
hold on. My thing is this though. I think people feel like, correct me if I'm wrong. I think people feel like Travis Scott may be a fucking fortune teller. I'm on stage rapping, and in my mind it's like, yeah, 8 people just died. How do he know that 8 people just died? Like, how the hell do he know people dying instead of passing out and he on stage? So he's supposed to just stop the show because in his mind, something told him, yeah, 8 people just died. I'm going to stop the show.
And like, until a paramedic check your pulse, you're not pronounced dead. So.
Yes, if I'm all the way back here in the back, how do I know what's going on?
And by
so I guess people just expect for me to just know automatically. Well, you should have known people died at your concert before anybody said people died at my concert. Like what? Like that's stupid. Why people like the moment people dying, I'm supposed to just know like, yeah, people dying right now at my concert.
And once it got crazy, he didn't have time to process shit. He probably got snatched off that stage, put into an SUV, and pulled the fuck off. So at that point, they looking out for him.
And his mind, if that was happening, his mind scrambled like a motherfucker. What the fuck just happened? What literally just happened? All I know is and then all I know is I'm just grabbed by security. I'm going to a fucking safe location. What the fuck just happened?
I'm not stopping a damn thing. If I'm rapping in front of 55 people and I see EMT doing their job, I'm not stopping a damn thing.
So if Joe Biden is having a press conference at the White House, and 8 people die, you think security ain't finna grab that nigga and put him in the car and pull the fuck off? They're not finna let him process the situation. Okay, let me see what happens.
Right, stand up with his hands on it and be like, damn. So these 8 people died. What the fuck just happened? What they gonna because they in their minds as an artist with security guards, the security guard mind's already thinking like somebody get shot. What the fuck going on? We gotta get you out. We gotta get you to go. You know what I'm saying? People don't think that far. That's what I'm saying. People just think as far as they knows. When they see shit, they be like, oh, yep, demonic. He should have known. He should have stopped the show. If you telling me you got 55,000 fucking people in there, you made a lot of money that night. You made a lot of fucking money that night. You telling me you just gonna stop the show and just leave? I mean, you probably already got paid, but if you enjoying yourself at your own concert, I just don't see me just stopping my concert. I did tour multiple days and multiple months and ain't nobody died, so I'm just assuming, okay, I'm just doing me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like Dame said, I don't understand what makes people automatically jump to conclusion based off what they think. You think that somebody might have got. I'm just saying, people might think that somebody might have got stabbed. People might think that the EMT wasn't on their way. People might think that Travis Scott knew what was going on. The key word is think. That's what you think. You wasn't there. I wasn't there to say. Travis Scott kept performing and he knew, he looked at them motherfuckers and said they was dead. And he kept. I can't say that I wasn't there. When you in church and pastor preaching and this is a prime example. I've been to church where I literally seen somebody just pass out on the floor. He did not stop preaching. He continued to go with his sermon. I seen ushers run up to the front, fan the lady off. She got back up, passed out again, and he continued to preach. He didn't stop. He continued to preach because he got people that's there that's supposed to take care of that. When Miss Bonnes had a seizure at my graduation in kindergarten, they did not stop the graduation. It kept going. It literally kept. Man, dang, keep leaving. Well, but they kept going. They didn't stop. So they called EMT. They came and got it, and the graduation continued. People sit up here and make these accusations about shit that they really don't know. Like I say all the time, you can't say that it's Travis Scott's fault because yes, he might influence you to turn up, but at the end of the day, you have a decision that your mind, you should be able to think for yourself. Right. You should be able to sit there and be like, self, do you think this is a good opportunity for me to do that? If you can't think for yourself, then hey, I'm sorry. I think you need to go seek help. Because that's a serious thing. Critical thinking is something that you need to have. And if you telling me that a motherfucker can influence you to turn up and go trample over people, and if you so that goddamn easy influence, I can only imagine what I could say to you.
Right.
I only can imagine, bro. People let other motherfuckers influence them to do shit. Hey man, go shoot that motherfucker on the corner. He stole my wallet. Whole time he got his wallet in his pocket with his ID and his credit card and $100 bill in his pocket. Motherfucker ain't steal shit, nigga. He just want to see if you're gonna be a dumbass to go shoot the nigga. And what you do? Been the dumbass and went to go do it. Cause you couldn't think for yourself. The first question I would ask him is, hey nigga, what the fuck is that in your back pocket? The fuck? Like, think. Motherfuckers don't think, they just do. Oh, yep, He didn't even know. How the fuck do you? You don't know. I'm not mad at what nobody's saying about him being doing. I'm not mad at that, but we have to think further than our nose. We just can't look at what somebody posts on the internet without doing our research. What's
so special about these 8 individuals?
Damn.
That motherfucker. But I can see where you're going though.
Yeah.
That is blown up to be this big.
Like, I ain't trying to sound, petty, but it's like, what made him? Basically, what I'm saying is, what made him choose these 8 people to sacrifice? That's what we're saying.
All right.
I ain't even think of it on that level. Right. I ain't even think of it on that level.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying like their life don't matter, but what I'm saying is, we have 55,000 people to choose from. What are so special about these 8 people that he chose if we going down the sacrifice road?
Right.
Why not the other people that got injured? Why wasn't they chose to die and they just got injured? If we talking about rituals and people being sacrificed, like my thing is like you don't know what's going on. You don't know what happened. You just jumping to conclusions how you sacrificed them. Why them though? Right. Why not anybody else out of the 55,000 people? Fuck. Why not just sacrifice all 55,000 people? Like, it's just, people speak and nothing come out.
But then I guess one thing we haven't talked about yet is how do those people feel who was related to the people that died? Like, how do they feel? You know what I'm saying? Imagine your cousin or your brother say, hey, I'm finna go to the Travis Scott concert, and they call you and tell you you did. Like, they feel some kind of way too. So,
and I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna hold. I'm thinking. I'm a thinker, and I think deep. What if the relatives to them 8 people was like, I told Jimmy not to go to that concert off that pill and smoking weed or drinking alcohol?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't think that far. We don't think because motherfuckers think further than they knows. You know what I'm saying? They just go, it's Travis Scott concert. It's his venue. And 8 people died at his concert and it's his. Blame him.
I just feel like most people are going that way with him because of the demonic things that he
do.
That's why I feel like
once again, you gotta say, if I'm Travis Scott, I'm like, how I know these motherfuckers ain't popping heroin and popping X pills and shit and fucking overdose? Like, how I know? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate real quick.
Oh shit.
What if it was, a ritual?
Okay.
And what if people did feel a prick on their neck? What is this prick supposed to be?
Well, we gonna call the devil and tell him he's responsible.
See, Dan, you be thinking on a different deep level. Like when you ask those questions, I'd be like, okay, I see. Because when you ask those questions, my mind also be like, damn. Okay.
Cool.
You like when you the question you just asked. So now my mind is wondering and thinking like, okay, damn, Where's he going with
I
this?
just want to know, like, what is in this prick? What is this prick? Where did it come from? Like, just what happened? And then somebody said that they felt a prick. So, if you felt a prick, like, did you go get tested to see what it was? Like, is it something in you? Like, I mean, if you get pricked by a needle, I mean, most of the time it go into your bloodline immediately. So it's just like, what's there? And did you go get it seen about? Because if you didn't, then I call cap on you.
Yeah, that's just a story I heard. I'm not sure how true it is.
Because if I get pricked with anything, I'm going straight to the doctor. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm not finna just, I'm gonna wait till the news call me that you know what's going on.
Or I'm gonna go to the nearest EMT person I can find and say,
like,
"Yo,
nigga, you're not finna turn into Spider-Man if you get hit with something. Like, bro, like, nigga, you ain't go to the doctor. Like, what you talking about?
oh yeah, I just got stuck. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine in the morning. You just dropped dead."
Right.
Oh, okay.
But my thing is this, like, like playing devil's advocate, like, what if it was a ritual? What was Travis Scott gaining by these people dying?
Right.
So, like, what should we be looking out for, like, in the future? Like, is it like him getting more money, him get like a better deal? Like, what was Travis Scott sacrificing for?
I guess he get cool points with the devil or some shit. I don't know.
Like, is it meant to propel his career? Is it meant to, to get him to a different place down the line? Like, what does Travis Scott possess that other people don't? That's mainstream.
I'm gonna say that people was probably I'm gonna just say what he devil advocate. I'm not saying this is what he did or what he I agree, but like to your question, Dane. Maybe he was just trying to be relevant again, or maybe he was, because when you try to, like, for instance, when you try to put shit together, you start doing research and you start going and looking back at videos. You start going back looking at all this shit. And you try to put shit together to, you know what I'm saying, to try to put two and two together. So maybe he's just trying to become relevant again. I'm not saying that. I'm speaking on, like, devil's advocate, like you said. Maybe he's trying to become relevant. I don't know, but I can't say that because I mean he had his face planted all over Fortnite.
Right.
He had a concert in Fortnite. I witnessed that concert in Fortnite. I don't think he was.
That shit was crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what though? He have a lot of stuff in his music and his videos that just make you, that just make you.
It make you wonder.
Yeah, it make you wonder.
Like, why are you going to this extent to show us this shit?
Right. So I have
it's a Rod Wave song that I can't think of these lyrics, but it just made me feel like he was talking to something. And I can't think of it off. I'm gonna have to get back with you on it.
Tupac.
But it's just like, what about Tupac?
That motherfucker that was talking about the dark world and shit got killed.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, it was more like Rod Wave was saying, basically, like I know they looking, and I know they after me. So, with Travis Scott, it's just like, I was like, oh, you trying to prove something to somebody? But at the end of the day, it's like, I just don't understand why these certain 8 people.
Right.
Like, you just trying to figure out what is so special about those 8 people that it had to been them 8. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And what was the injuries of the other people? Because other people got injured. So what was actually those injuries of those other people?
Right.
Like, we hearing that they got, like, it was a stampede and all this, but like, what are their injuries, and what did those other 8 people actually die from?
Right. So they Topsy come back and they said the alcohol level was 7 times.
If the autopsy come back and it was a damn overdose,
right,
which can happen if your temperature raised and you got all these drugs in you and all this shit going on, then what? Where do we go from there?
I'm with you. I just, that's what I'm saying. Like, how we know it ain't nothing else? You know what I'm saying? Like, how we know that it's not, like you said, like how we know that it ain't drugs? You know what I'm saying? And that's the first thing I'm gonna put in there, because, I mean, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, people smoking weed at his fucking concert. You know what I'm saying? Eddie said when he go to a concert, I'm not putting him on blast, but he just said when he went to concerts, people smoking weed, doing drugs. doing the whole 9 yards. You at a fucking concert with 55,000 people. You telling me that somebody somewhere ain't doing nothing?
Right.
Honestly, the demonic presence in Hollywood is so much bigger than the rap game.
I can agree with that.
It's so much. I said the demonic presence in Hollywood is so much bigger than the rap game. Like, ain't nobody worried about us.
Yep.
Like, they not looking to influence us. If anything, they looking to put more of us in jail. That's why they pay rappers to rap about guns and killing people, because the prison system is the most profitable business in the world on the other side of pharmaceuticals.
Yep.
So like what the hell we talking about with with Travis Scott and this? It's just for attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
Just like with Lil Uzi, it's a lot of rappers that do it for attention, and they go to the extreme to do it for attention.
Right. That's all I'm saying about Tyler Creator. When he first came out, I thought he was weird as fuck.
So it's been hours. So we gonna wrap it up with this last and final status that I made, and then we gonna talk about this last comment. So what I posted was a segment of what I had, comment off the status. I say, people have a choice. Your choice is made based off your decisions, nobody else. So what I mean by that, it's like we've been talking about this whole time, is if I tell somebody, or if I told Kyle, if I told Dame, hey, look, I need you to go shoot that person down the street. I gave a proposition. It is now based off of Kyle and Dame's decision, their decision, to come up with what they want to do. You cannot force anybody to do anything. You can't force nobody to do anything. You can say some shit to twist it up and turn it around the corner, but you can't force nobody to do anything. So then somebody made a comment and said, I don't care to argue, but people are influenced all the time by many different things, including people. If he already knew how his fans act, and the fans, there we go, and the fans that his barricades are broken down every year, he should not have been inciting their behavior. And stopping the show for 30 seconds was obviously not enough. I think everyone there, including him and his management, are to blame. Okay, so here's a sentence I want to just get out. If he already knew his fans act, and the fact that his barricades are broken down every year, he should have not have been inciting their behavior. How do we know that he already knew how his fans was acting? How do we know that?
Travis Scott is Illuminati, and he worshiped the devil, and the whole show was a ritual.
Got it. Huh?
That was my closing points.
I do believe he is. I'm gonna use the word. I believe he uses satanic symbols in his sets and in his music, but I do not believe he should be held responsible for 8 adults who came from wherever they came from, paid the ticket, waited for him to show up. He said turn up, and they turned up for the last time. So that's my closing. And rest in peace to people that died, and their families. My condolences. That's my thing.
So I wanna close on this.
My closing also is,
shit.
I guess people just do what the devil tell them to do. Then, huh? I'm done.
All right. so I want to close and leave everybody on this note. Even the people that's watching watching this video, I am a strong believer of you make your own decision. I'm a true believer of that. I do not believe Travis Scott should be. I'm also in agreement that Travis Scott should not be held against these people dying. Rest in peace and condolences to the families of these individuals. But I don't believe Travis Scott should be held responsible. And I'm just gonna give out some pointers on why I say that. When you see somebody,
He should have stopped the show.
Absolutely. He stopped the show one time for 30 seconds. Absolutely. If one thing I would say is that he did was he should have said absolutely. But we cannot blame him for somebody else's death. We can't do that. It wasn't the thing of that Travis Scott put a gun to that man's head and say, you better turn up, I'm gonna shoot you. He didn't do that. He didn't
turn up, stab yourself, or I'm gonna kill you myself.
He didn't do that. So we can't sit up here and say, okay, well, Travis Scott is responsible. Yes, there are in the rap game, there's some demonic shit that pop up, like Lil Nas X was doing that dumb shit, and then King B from St. Louis also turned his music into demonic a little bit. So yes, there's some soul selling a little bit. I could agree with that because rappers change. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the rappers that don't change. And you could tell by how people music. 1 minute their music goes from like gang banging and all this excitement to I'm finna take 5,000 pills and hopefully I'm wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? And some people they say them things in the rap song is because they want you to feel their pain. They want you to feel where they're coming from. When I listen to Juice WRLD, I never expected Juice WRLD to die. When I listen to Juice WRLD's music, I feel his pain. I don't take pills, but he never once influenced me to go pop a pill and drink alcohol and sit there and slob. He never, but I felt his pain. It was the pain that you heard from his music. You're like, bro, I experienced being down before. I experienced this and this and that and the third. It's a song that I like. It's called I Wish You Well or something like that. I love that song because he was talking about the pain that he was in and nobody knew. But he never once influenced me to go and say, all right, well, nobody know how I feel. Let me go take about 6 pills and I'm gonna go kill myself. I just didn't get that. Right. And I'm not trying to hinder nobody. I'm not trying to come off on the wrong foot. I'm just saying we are influenced. We have people that influence. I was influenced by Wade as a young person. That was positive. We influence. We take in what we want to take in. We can't blame. Like I said, you can't blame him. You can't do that. And like I said, on the closing note, we are people. We are human. We have brains. We should be able to think for ourselves. We should be able to go further than our nose and think. Critical thinking is critical. You have to think. Stop allowing people in these dark webs and all this shit that you see somebody say stop you from reading, from going and doing shit yourself. You gotta go further than that. People will make up bullshit all the time, and it'd be that one person that'd be like, man, shit, I believe him, and go get somebody else. Yeah, hell yeah. Then go get somebody else. And then now you got 50-50. You got a world of 50-50. You got people that say, no, it ain't satanic. And you got other people that saying, oh yeah, that is satanic. But the people that saying that is not, is saying they got a little evidence. And you got people over here pulling shit from a book that was written in 1850 some fucking word. You're like, man, what the fuck this book? You dusting off books with shit with letters at its fading and shit. And motherfuckers up here pulling out real life evidence and shit that's happening current to this day. That's all I got to say. And on that note, Kyle, Dame, I appreciate y'all for popping on this shit at the last minute because we didn't think we was gonna get an episode out today or for yesterday. But this has been a great episode talking about the Travis Scott. Is there anything else y'all want to talk about? There's a comment, there's a DM, just hit us and we'll talk about it. Until then, we'll see y'all on the next episode. Y'all did big.
I don't care what you got, you say, baby, I love you.